Welcome back to Sorare Assist. Adam here. I've got a lineup builder for you today where I'm going to be concentrating on the Legends lineup, the Specialist lineup and the Underdog lineups as well. So stay tuned to see who I've got available for this week's lineup selections. This is obviously the first week that we've been able to select a Legends team as well, so I'm really looking forward to that. Before all that though, if you do like the video, please smash that like button as normal, and if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do that by clicking that big red button. For the month of April, I'm giving away a Magnamed Ozdiev rare card, 30 of 100. This competition is being run on my Twitter page, @SorareAssist. To enter, you need to subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter, @SorareAssist, and retweet the pinned tweet on the Sorare Assist Twitter page. At the end of the month, I'll pick a random follower on Twitter who has carried out the entry criteria, and that person will win the Magnamed Ozdiev rare card. I'll announce the winner at the end of the month. On Twitter, so make sure you follow me on there. You can now also become a member of this YouTube channel. More information by clicking that join button below, or become a patron of Sorare Assist for weekly player scouting. And for more free Sorare content, please check out sorareassist.com. And of course, if you've not signed up to Sorare yet, sign up using the link below to get a free limited card and 13 common cards. Using this link also helps support this YouTube channel. Okay, let's get stuck into today's lineup then without further ado. I'm going to go over to the player page. Obviously it's game week 260 that we want to be looking at. So I'm going to head over to the Mixed League and move down to the Legends division. So it's the Legends Challenge Limited that I'm getting interested in. I'm not going to be doing the Legends Pro, the Legends Challenge Pro, because to be honest, I'm not really that interested in winning a signed jersey. So I am just going to go with the Legends Challenge Limited. Plus, I've only got 3 Legend cards to use as well. When I've heard the news of these Legends tournaments, I've decided to get, I had 5 cards, a goalkeeper, 2 defenders, a midfielder and a forward, but I decided to sell my goalkeepers and one of my defenders while the prices were spiking on these players, and just kept 3 legends just for curiosity to play in this Legends Challenge Limited. So the criteria for this is you can enter between 1 and 3 legends to participate. Top 25 will win legend cards. Now obviously it makes sense to maximise your chances in this tournament of playing 3 legend cards, because obviously the legend cards score the highest score of that player in that position on the upcoming game week. So it's more than likely that you're going to get a good score, especially if you've got a legend from a good team. So let's click into it then and see what I've got then. So it's only limited cards allowed as well to fill up the rest of the slots. So if we look at my defenders then, so in terms of the legend card, I've got Franz Beckenbauer. Of course, he's going to be covered in terms of all the Bayern Munich defenders, so hopefully I should get a decent score there from him. In terms of midfielders, there's actually only 1 midfielder on the platform in terms of the legends, I believe, and that is Michel Platini. So I'm going to put him in there. He obviously played for Juventus in the 83-84 season, so he's going to score the highest score of a Juventus midfielder. In terms of the forward then, so I'm going to go with Johan Cruyff here of Ajax. So obviously you're going to have scores from Bergwijn and Tadic and that sort of thing. Now in terms of prizes for this this Legends tournament, it doesn't actually specify the prizes on the Sorare website, but on the Medium Sorare calendar article, it does say that there's 25 cards available to be won for the Challenger Limited prize pool. It said it's super rare, rare and limited. Now I've heard some rumours that these are potentially going to be legend cards that are rewarded, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But for this week I'm going to try and put a pretty strong team out in this division, and also in the Specialist Limited as well, to try and get those all important rare cards. But we'll start with this team anyway. So in terms of the goalkeeper then, I'm obviously going to want to go with a goalkeeper who's potentially got a good fixture, and also make sure that I've still got a lineup in the a goalkeeper available for the other tournaments as well, of course. Now the limited leagues this week, in terms of the specialist and the underdogs, the players that you need for that one is players with a score of 40 or under. So I'm going to have to keep that in mind when I'm picking out my the goalkeepers here, to make sure that I've got a player for that division. So let's just go over to Sorare Mega. I'm just going to check the goalkeepers that I've got available, and obviously their upcoming fixtures as well. So Davy Roof seems to have a really favourable fixture there. Herrera as well, that's good because I've actually got two of him. Got two cards for Herrera. Andre Blake as well, but I'm going to need him for my America side. Jung Song Young as well looks to have a good fixture as well at home to Kashima Reysol. So he's actually a potential option because I have got a backup keeper in terms of the Asia League. I've got a couple of options actually. I've got Yo Hyun as well of Suwon FC, and I've also got Sejena as well for my Asia lineups, although they've not got the easiest fixture, and Sejena had a bit of an appalling game in the last match, so I don't know if I want to risk him. I might potentially go with Sung Ryong here as my goalkeeper potentially. Although obviously Davy Roof has got a really good fixture there as well, and potentially Herrera. So keeping in mind my Challenger Europe team, although I have got Silval Young as well, but it's still uncertain whether he's definitely going to be the first choice for them. It's been chopping and changing there. I think I might actually go with Herrera here. So do seem to have a favourable fixture. They're at home, and I think it's worth saving Davy Roof for my Challenger team. So I'm going to go with Sergio Herrera in goal for this lineup, and then I could potentially use Jung Song Ryung for my specialist division. So let's go with Herrera then. So I'm going to put one of his cards into the goalkeeper slot. I'll put him in there. So that looks pretty solid. And in terms of the extra slot here, now this is interesting because I have actually got Steven Berghuis of Ajax. Now if Berghuis gets a good score, then he's obviously going to get the also the score of the highest scoring Ajax player. So potentially if Tadic gets more than Berghuis, I could get two really good scores there. Or if Berghuis is the highest scorer for Ajax in terms of the forwards, then I'd get double points for whatever Berghuis scores. So that's an interesting pick there that I could potentially use for this lineup. And that was the plan in terms of my Legends lineup. So I don't think I'm gonna debate this too much, and I'm just gonna go with Steven Berghuis. They have got a good fixture as well against Sparta Rotterdam, who are obviously near the relegation zone. So I am going to go with Steven Berghuis. In terms of the captain then, I'm going to go with Johan Cruyff as my captain. I think that makes sense. The only thing I'm worried about here is I think quite a lot of people are potentially going to go with Johan Cruyff as the captain in this game week. Potentially even Beckenbauer. So it's really going to be decided between the goalkeeper, whoever gets a good scoring goalkeeper, and also obviously this extra slot here, which I've gone with Steven Berghuis. But like I say, this might be another one that people go with the highest scoring forward from Ajax. So someone might put Tadic in this slot potentially to link up with Cruyff. So that's going to be another deciding factor, whether Berghuis or Tadic score highest in the Ajax team. But who knows what's going to happen. But I'm going to go with this. This was my plan. So I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to go with captain Johan Cruyff, and I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. So I think that looks pretty solid. I'm really happy with that. And now I'm going to move on now to my specialist limited team. So as I say, it's you need a minimum of 2 players with an average of 40 in the last 15, and you need a maximum of 1 player with an average of 60 or above, and then you can fill the other 2 slots with whichever players you want, as long as they've not got a score of over 60. There's no captain as well to pick in this one. So let's go into this one then, see who I've got available. Let's have a look. So ideally I want to use a goalkeeper, but I think I've only actually got one that's below 40, and that is Leeuwenberg. Now I'm going to need to save him for my underdog team. So I'm going to have to go with a strong keeper here. I think I was looking at Sung Ryong, wasn't we? And possibly Davy Roof. Although I think I want to use him in my Challenger or All-Star team. So I am going to go with Sung Jong Ryung here. Looks to have a really good fixture at home. Defender, below 40 players. Let's just go over to Sorare data just to have a look at the last 15 for the defenders. So we need a 40 or below. So we've got Andrade. Difficult fixture though. Highside's got a decent fixture for Lazio. Malkovic as well as a potential option. Navas 70% chance of winning for Sevilla onto Granada, so that looks solid. He's obviously the captain of Sevilla as well, so I think he's going to start. He is a good scorer. I think he's still coming back to fitness a little bit, but he is generally a good scorer, so I am going to go with him in my defender slot there. Midfielder, I've earmarked Gil for the specialist leagues, and he also has a good fixture as well away to Inter Miami. So I'm going to go with Calais Gil there. In terms of the forwards then, Gil is obviously my star man, and I've now got one player for my under 40. But I do need another player under a score last 15 of 40 or under, of course. In terms of the forward though, let's just have a look at the forwards that I've got. So I'm going to order it by the last 15, just to have a look at what options I've got in terms of forwards for under 40. El Hakuri. Let's just get the last 15 scores in here as well, just to see how these players are scoring. So we've got Al Hankuri there. Playing the games, playing quite a lot of games. Got a good score there, but apart from that, it's been pretty atrocious. So that's not looking great. Who else have we got? Got Awayo. He's been playing as a sub mostly there. Anderson did start the last game, but I think that's because somebody was injured. So I don't know if that player's still injured actually. Might need to check that at the moment. So forwards, it's looking pretty naff, isn't it? I think Anderson is the only potential option. So let me just see if he's going to be starting this game potentially. So he's predicted starting this one here. Did start the last game. They've got a pretty good fixture as well at home to Mainz, but I do want to look at the midfielder options as well, just to see what I've got in terms of the L40 midfielders. So let's scroll down to the last 40. This guy here is not really playing, he's a sub. Reka played the last game. Has got some good scores recently, but a difficult fixture there by looks of things. We've got Hanna who's got some good scores, but obviously away to Bayern Munich, so I don't want to pick him. Pizzi has been playing as a sub mostly, which is a shame. He'd be a good option here. Now Hollhauser did play the last game. I don't know if he's going to play this game. I think this might be the last game in the Belgium league, if I'm thinking right. Beershot already relegated, of course, but they've got a difficult fixture anyway, so I don't really want to consider him. Asano could be an option. He did start as a sub in the last game though, so a slight risk there. Salameka's not getting any minutes. Marshall Rutte was out in the last game for Toronto, so that's a risk. Sakini has been playing as a sub recently. So again, I think the midfielders is looking even more atrocious than the forwards here. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to actually have to go with Anderson in the forward slot. So Anderson, where is he? I have got El Hankuri as well for Groningen. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save him for my underdog team, because I have got the Groningen goalkeeper that I'm going to be putting that side as well. So there's Anderson. So I'm going to put him in there. Now extra slot, I'm going to want a really solid player here, but obviously it's a player that's got a score under 60. Let's have a look then. So let's just filter it by the last 15. Obviously I can't pick another player that's got a score of 60 or above in the last 15. Got Begwus, he's obviously used in my challenger team. Got Sinjin Ho here. I think he might be a good option. I picked Cecina, but I don't know if he's starting this game or not. Lee Chang-min potentially as well. So let's just go back to the top again. I think I'm going to go with Sinjin Ho here. Pretty consistent scorer. He's on the score sheet in the last game. Hopefully he can do that again. I'm going to put him in the final slot. Going to go again and confirm that. Pretty solid lineup that. Hopefully, I think the weakest link is Sebastian Anderson. Hopefully he starts there and bags a goal as well. That would be absolutely fantastic. They do have quite a good fixture as well at home to Mainz. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. Really happy with that. So let's move on now to the underdog team. So goalkeeper, I think this is going to be an easy choice. I think I've only actually got one player that's going to be qualifying, and that's Lewenberg, who I've actually purchased specifically for this game week and game weeks going forward as well. So I'm going to put him in there. Defender wise, let's just go back to the Sorare lineup builder. And we're going to filter it again by the last 15 and look at the options in terms of the L40 players. So we've got Highside here, which is, I think this is looking a really solid option if he's set to start. 52% chance for Lazio. We'll wait to Genoa, we're obviously near the bottom of the table. So I think he's looking like the easy choice here. Just check that he's going to be starting. Lazio. No, he's not expected to start this game, so that's a disappointment. That is disappointing. So he isn't expected to be starting this game. So that's probably wiped him out there of contention. We have got this now, Balkovic for Fatty. So I think I might go with him actually. And also this Sifsi as well. Although he did play sub, but he did play last game. Let's just see if this Balkovic is expected to start. If he is, I'm going to actually pick him. So let's just look at the predicted lineups for Turkey. So Balkovic, yeah, is expected to be starting this game as well. Playing on the left back position. So that looks like a potential option there. I'm just going to quickly look if this Sifsi is expected to start as well for Savispor. There they are. Let's have a look then. Yeah, he is expected to start as well. But they've got a tough game actually. They're playing near the top of the table team. Yeah, the 5th v 12th. I think this looks more favourable. The only thing I'm worried about is that Kasim Passer have obviously got Maleka, who's obviously on loan from Standard Liège. He's absolutely on fire at the moment. Bagging in goals for fun for Kasim Passer, who's actually on loan with them at the moment. So I think he's probably got a good chance of getting another goal here. Nagato's potential option, but they're playing Kashima Antlers, who are obviously top at the moment. And he was out the last game. Don't know if he was injured. He wasn't in the squad at all, so that's a bit risky. This one's tempting, but again, they are playing Basakasiya. So it's not an easy game at all, that one. I am going to go with Malkovic here because I am hoping that Maleka doesn't actually score and goes on a bad run of form, because I'm looking to pick him up. He's a bit expensive at the moment due to his current form. So I am going to go with Malkovic here in the defender slot. So let's hope I've got some better options in terms of midfielders then, which I don't think I have, judging from what I looked at a moment ago. So let's just go back to the lineup builder, filter it to midfielders. Let's have a look then. So L40, want someone who's going to be starting ideally. Han looks an option. Oh no, he doesn't. Away to Bayern. No, forget about him. Pizzi would be an option if he's starting games. Hallhauser, difficult game. Sano could be an option, and maybe he starts this game. Some for Hiroshima, although they did win their last game, I believe, didn't they? I think they absolutely thrashed their opponent, so he might not get back in the side. Salamekas won't start, I don't think. Marshall Rutti, is he still injured? I don't know. Rustic sub. Got all subs here. What was this guy? Tapia. No, he's not going to start, I don't think. Tapia for, what was he playing for? Celta Vigo. Let's see if he's likely to start that game. So I've got slim pickings here. I might have to look at my YouTube video that I did recently. I suggested some players. I think I might need to check out myself to sign some for this game week. Let's have a look. So yeah, Tapia is not expected to start this one by the looks of things. Brilliant. And who else was the Rustic? I don't think he's going to start that. Marshall Rutti, is he going to be starting? Let's have a look. Toronto, isn't he? Let's have a look. Nope. Marshall Rutti is still out. Slim pickings here, slim pickings. There's no definite starter really, is there? Apart from maybe Hannah's got the hardest fixture of the week. The buying stack's going to do well this week anyway. Let's see if any other players are cropping up on here that are not cropping up on the Sorare data website. There's Hanson Gyu, but he's a sub mostly. No, it's not looking good, this, is it? Will Salamekas get his chance? Is he expected to get a match here? Got quite an easy fixture. Let's have a look on here. No, not even mentioned. Yeah, it's looking pretty slim pickings. I might have to make a signing, you know. Yeah, there's no definite start. Right, I think I'm going to have to maybe look at to make a signing here. So let's just go on to the forwards first. I was going to earmark in Han Curry, wasn't I, for Groningen, because he's playing with the same team as Lowenberg. I think he would start that game as well. There's no other real options there. Let's just look at the odds for these players. Let's just go down to the L40. I'm just going to look at my forwards very quickly. So Bo is expected to... he's injured, but they've not got a good fixture anyway. So I think El Hankuri could be an option. Let's just see if he's starting. So that could be the forwards position side. But I do need a midfielder and an extra midfielder or forward. So I think I'm going to check out my own video here, guys, just to see who I can actually pick. I don't want to keep buying players for these Underdog Weeklies or anything like that. But I'm hoping that once I've picked up some of the cards, it's going to work out where I'm going to have players most weeks who are actually starting games to fit into my sides. Now we've got another problem here. It doesn't look like Elhan Curry is predicted to start in this one, although he has started loads of the last games, so that is a bit worrying. So it looks like that I might have to pick... I might need a forward as well, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually just flick over to my video. I'm just going to go over to my video now, just to check out some of the players that I highlighted. And I'm just going to have to do that and hopefully purchase one at a reasonable price. And then I'll come back to you guys when I've purchased that player. I'll let you know what I've gone for as well. So I am going to head over to my YouTube video that came out a couple of days ago. Come out yesterday actually, just to see which players I've got for. And then so there it is, I'm on the video now, so I'll come back to you. I'm going to have a quick look at this, guys. I'm going to quickly have a look, cut here for a minute. I'm just going to quickly have a look and then I'll show you what I've bought. Right guys, I'm back. I've scoured my YouTube video for some potential good players for this upcoming game week. And I've scouted out the players that I'm wanting to buy. So these are the players that I'm going to buy, and one of them is Manuel Gulde, and the other one is Christian Gunter. So I've got a defensive stack there for Freiburg. I've got a favourable fixture. I'm hoping these two players can have a good game, and I am going to potentially go with these as my defender and extra slot in my underdog team this week. So I'm going to go ahead and buy a copy of the Gunter card. This was the cheapest one I could find on the market. £13. I don't think that's too bad because Gunter is actually playing quite an attacking position at the moment for Freiburg, so he's bound to get on the assists and potentially a goal hopefully, which would be nice. So I've purchased him, and I'm also going to purchase Manuel Gulde as well, going for a very cheap £3.45. And obviously these players are not just for this game week, the ones that I could potentially use in future game weeks as well. So that's that one. And the forward that I've gone for is Maximiliano Urruti. Now, he is a little bit more expensive, but he is a forward, American forward at that as well. Obviously, their price is a little bit high at the moment. But the cheapest one looks like to be this one here for £28.36. I'm very short on a forward this week, so I am going to go with Maximiliano Urruti as my forward. Now the final player I've gone for in the midfield slot is Ryan Abid, who looks to have a good fixture away to Fatih. And his card is going for a very cheap £3.21. Now as you can see, he has got the logo here of Yeni Malatyaspor, who obviously look like they're starting to get relegated from the Turkish league. But the good news is he actually plays for Kasim Pasanav in Turkey, and they're not getting relegated this season, so that's definitely a good thing. I don't want to be buying players who are getting relegated, so I'm going to click buy and buy. £3.21, cheap. So that's it, brilliant. A couple more players to consider now for my future lineups as well, of course. One just for this game week, it is for future utility. So I'm going to head back to the play button now, go on to game week 260 again. I'm going to go back into my underdog division. Select my goalkeeper again, who was Lowenberg. Now, of course, I've got these two defenders that I've signed now. So I'm going to put Gunter in. Midfield slot, I'm going to put my new signing in. There he is, Abid. Forward, I'm going to go with Urruti. And the final slot is going to be Gulde. So there you go, I've got a bit of a fried bag stat there. I've got a bid and a Ruti as new signings, and also these two as well, of course. So in terms of the captain then, so let's just head over to the Sorare data lineup builder again, and we'll just have a quick look at the potential fixtures of these guys, just to see which one has got the most favourable one. We'll look at the opponent's score as well. So Ruti 55, he looks good actually, home to Minnesota, that's looking really good actually. The midfielder that I purchased, let's have a look at him. So it looks like Ruti is looking like a really good option. So that £28 potentially be money well spent. So the other signing that I bid a 39% chance of winning, that's not bad. 54 score average for midfielders against that team as well. That looking decent, but I think Ruti still looks like the standout here, especially if he can bang a goal. And let's have a look at these two defenders that I've got for Freiberg. Gunter, 33%, 33%. Both got good chances of getting a good score against them as well by the looks of things. So hopefully I'm hoping Freiberg will win that. But in terms of the captain, I think it looks like an obvious choice of Ruti. £28 spent on him. Biggest signing this week. Hopefully he can do the business for me. So confirm that. Fantastic. That's all done and dusted. Now there is the Underdog Rare League this week as well. So I'm just going to have a quick look to see if I can put a team in this lineup as well, guys, and then I'll let you guys go. So last 15 then. So goalkeepers, don't look like I've got any goalkeepers. So I'm gonna put in Titan just for a laugh. I know he's not gonna start, but I've obviously got a player in there though. So defender again, I'm gonna go with Jesus Navas. He's of course in my other lineup as well. Midfielder. So I've got Hellhauser, but again I don't know if he's going to start this game. Let's just have a look if Sorare or Hellhauser expect to start, and also Pizzi, although I don't think Pizzi's going to start. So just go on to here. So they might give him the last game of the season. I know they've got a difficult game, but you never know. You might score. Hellhauser, yeah, expected to start. It probably would be his last game for them as well, so maybe a farewell game for Hellhauser. Let me just have a look at Sorare and Pizzi. They would be preferred if they are going to start, because obviously they've got a slightly easier fixture than Hellhauser's team. So Sorare doesn't look like he's going to be starting there. No injuries for Rizispor as well, so it's not looking good for him. And in terms of Pizzi, I doubt he's going to start, but I'll check. No, he's not going to start. So it looks like Hellhauser is the only option in terms of the midfielder then, doesn't it? I want to go with him. You never know. He might score a goal on his final game for them. There is this Arunov as well, actually. Let me just see if he's going to be starting this game for... I think he plays for Uffe, however you pronounce that. So let's just have a look. No, we've not got expected lineups here, but he's not been starting recently. Not been getting games. I think he's coming off the bench. Sochi are not exactly near the bottom, are they? So yeah, I'll go with Hellhauser. Could be a fairy tale ending for Hellhauser. Or maybe not fairy tale, they're getting relegated. So in terms of the forward then, let's have a look. So we've got Oda. I don't think he's going to be fit. These are all players that are really bit-back players. Will Furuhashi be on the bench this weekend? Potentially, there's been rumours of that. Tempting. I'm going to go with Furuhashi. I don't think I've got many other options. And in terms of the extra slot, I have got Sandro, who's back from injury, and also Nagato, who could play, but he was out in the last game. So I'm just going to have a look at Sandro's availability in terms of starting this game for Juventus. Might as well put a team in this underdog division for the rares. Sandro, expected to start. Interesting. So I'm going to actually go with Sandro here, because he's got the most favourable fixture. Nagato wasn't in the squad at all in the last game, so potentially he's injured. So I'm going to go with Sandro. Captain, I'm going to go with Hellhauser. I'm going to keep the fairy tale dream alive. I'm going to go with Hellhauser as the captain. This team's probably not got much hope anyway, but most of these players are players that, and I'm not going to probably use in my other lineup, so use them in this team, you never know. Might as well put a team in the underdog division. I'll go ahead and confirm that. So that is all my lineups complete. Let's just have a quick recap of all those teams there. Took a while, this is normal. That's why I'm not doing my other teams on the lineup builders. I think this is a bit more different for you guys. So the legend team looks like this. So we've got Herrera in goal, Beckenbauer in defence. We've got Platini in midfield, Johan Cruyff as the captain, and also Steven Bergwijn as well, with a bit of an Ajax stack there with Cruyff and Bergwijn. Underdog Rare League, as we know, this is Titan. I don't think he's going to start, but you never know. Jesus Navas Hallhauser, hoping for a dream end to his career at Beerschot, captain. Furuhashi hopefully come off the bench and get a goal. And Sandro is expected to start this game, so he should get a decent score if he does. Specialist Limited team, Jung Sung Ryong in goal, Navas in defence, Gil in midfield with Anderson up front, and also Shin Jin Ho as the midfield option. Underdog division, few new signings in this one as we know. So I've bought Gunter, Abid, Aruti and Guldi purely for this game week. But I'm obviously going to be able to use them in future game weeks as well. I've gone for Aruti as captain and I've got Lewenberg as the goalkeeper. So that was all the lineups. I think they're looking pretty good. Hopefully you guys have got some teams put together in these special tournaments as well. I'm enjoying these at the moment. I'm enjoying picking the teams. As you can see, it does take a lot of time and effort to put these lineups together, but it's I'm looking forward to it. See how it goes, and we'll be able to see what the actual rewards are for the legends as well. And then from there, I'll decide if I want to continue putting a team in this legends tournament. Okay, that is all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for bearing with me. Smash that like button if you like these videos. Subscribe to the channel. And yeah, good luck for this game week 260. And I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.